Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another normal Forza Horizon 5 video here on the channel. Now, as you can see, we're on Series 11 Ramis Racing History. We are near the end of the series, and I did mean to do this video a little while ago, but a lot of things have happened since then, and the video got delayed a little bit, so I'm going to be doing it now. Now, what we're doing is, in the festival playlist, this series, we've got a lovely Horizon story. We're going to get stuck straight into it. So this Horizon story is called Made in Mexico. It consists of 9 chapters. We might not do all 9 in this video. Might split it into 2 videos, but we're going to go straight into the first chapter. Right here, right now. So the Horizon story of Made in Mexico. So we're going to go do it solo. The very first chapter is called Made in Mexico. So, Rami invites you to celebrate Mexico's rich history of car culture, starting with a homegrown sports car, the 2017 Vol 05RR. 1 star, 3 minutes 20, 2 star, 2 minutes, and 3 star, 1 minute 50. So we're going to go for the 3 star, obviously. And, why wouldn't we?
Hi, Rami. What's the plan?
Okay, hear me out. Beautiful Mexican supercar, beautiful Mexican roads, promoting the Horizon Festival.
Do we need promoting? The festival seems to be doing okay.
It's Ramis Racing History Month. That's a totally official thing that I didn't just invent for the festival playlist.
Yeah, it's my favorite Mexican
Ramiro
cultural
Luis
event, hosted
Miron?
by my mate Ramiro Luis Miron.
All right. I'll find someone else.
That's not what I said. Of course I'll help you.
I knew I could rely on you. Let's go! Whew. Let's get moving. Get some speed, then turn into the countryside.
Apparently we're going to
Let's see
stay
what this
above
car can
80
do.
miles an hour on the way. Well, I think we're going to have to go a little bit quicker than that if we're going to want this 3 star somehow. So,
In 400 yards, turn right.
Yeah, great speed! But let's see how you handle some corners.
You want to tell me about the car, don't you?
I thought you'd never ask. So, VUL is an abbreviation. It stands for Vehicles of Ultra Lightweight and High Performance. It was started by 2 brothers, Guillermo and Iker Echeverria. Less sightseeing, more going fast. The Vol 05 is a track-focused supercar, designed and produced in Mexico, but tested and optimized in the UK. I even think I saw one at the festival when I was over there. We're driving the pre-production version of the Vol 05RR, the even more track-focused version. Somehow, the designers reduced the weight by
think we
65
can cut some
kilos
corners here.
and increased the power to nearly 400 bhp. Then they lowered the engine by 50 millimeters to drop the center of gravity and improve cornering.
Impressive.
They're pretty serious about the ultra-light part. The 05RR even has an option for titanium bolts, saving another 4.5 kilos. Perfect. There's a couple of other things you can help out with, if it's not too much trouble.
You're never going to let me live that down, are you?
I don't quite understand how vehicles of ultra lightweight and high performance stands for VUL. Like, ultra lightweight is UL, high performance is HP, so that should be VULHP, not VUHL. So I don't quite get that one.
I just got my
Right,
hands on
so
a
we've
piece
got the
of
second
Mexican
part.
racing
We're just
history.
going to
Wanna see?
fast travel over there
Of
because
course.
I
On
can't
my way.
bother to drive all the way over there. Right, so Horizon story Made in Mexico, Chapter 2, Buggy in the Baja. The Myers Manx was built to conquer the Baja Peninsula and exceeded all expectations, becoming the definitive dune buggy 1 star is 6 minutes 40, 2 stars is 4 minutes 20, and 3 stars is 4 minutes. Obviously, again, we're going for the 3 star every time.
Let me guess. Today's episode of Mexican Automotive History with Ramiro is about the Baja 1000.
You are very perceptive, my friend. This dune buggy was the first car to race here. Let's take it for a spin. The Baja 1000 is probably the most prestigious race held in Mexico. Do you know how it all started?
I assume the Myers Manx has something to do with it.
Correct again. The Baja 1000 started as a very elaborate marketing campaign for the car you're driving. But let me start from the beginning. On the 22nd of March, 1962, Dave Eakins and Billy Robertson did the first real Baja run. They went from Tijuana to La Paz in 39 hours, 56 minutes on new Honda CL72 Scrambler motorcycles. So they probably were a bit sore afterwards. They got a lot of media coverage though. A year later, Myers started to work on a prototype buggy he called Old Red in his garage in Newport Beach. It was based on the VW Beetle, and it paved the way for what we know as buggies. Cars that are built for off-roading using the Beetle as a donor chassis. But I guess they wanted even more publicity because in April 1967, Myers decided to make an attempt at breaking Eakins' record. And it worked! Myers did it in 34 hours and 45 minutes, beating Eakins for more than 5 hours. The rivalry was known as Buggy Meets Bike in Baja. Sounds like something you did back in the UK, doesn't it?
This is one hell of a journey.
Myers Manx became an overnight sensation as a result, and suddenly they were friendly races all across the Baja. It wasn't long before they realized they needed something more organized, and that was Mexican 1000. Guess who won the inaugural event?
I genuinely need to cut corners if I want 3 stars.
You're on fire today! Yes, in 27 hours and 38 minutes. The official race was 100 miles shorter than the original route, but it's still impressive. The Mexican 1000 was later renamed to the Baja 1000 and is run to this day.
I'm genuinely concerned, like, how much further we've got to go.
In 200 yards, turn left. Turn left.
I assume it'll be 1 or 2 more checkpoints after this next one, but we're learning quite a bit as we do so. Thanks to Rami. So we've got a lot of Rami.
Yards, turn left.
We didn't do the full route, but at this rate you would have had a shot at the original record.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Rami.
I love that story. My abuela used to tell it to me at least once a year.
Nice, 3 stars, 3 minutes 36. So we had about 24 seconds spare. But I think, honestly, if we hadn't cut so many corners, we probably wouldn't have done it. Okay, I guess we will be right there.
Okay.
Rami.
I'll be right there.
Well, we are getting a nice amount of accolade points and rewards for doing this, I guess. Plus I've got a nice little wheel spin that I need to spin, so we really just only got the 1,000 credits. It's kind of sad, really. Okay, let's jump straight to the third one. Right, Made in Mexico, Chapter 3. Viva el Vocho. Rami has invited fellow Vocho owners to take part in a gran carrera through the streets of Guanajuato. 1 star is 3 minutes 20, 2 stars is 2 minutes 45, and 3 stars is actually 2 minutes 30, so racing in Guanajuato is one of my least favourite things to do, so fingers crossed we do well in it.
Oh, right. I get it now.
To be honest, though, it was me who needed your help, not Papa Fernando.
I can't fault that logic. Who are the other racers?
You know them.
Right,
It's the Forza
Vocho.
crew.
So we're going to drive
They're
a
raring to
Vocho.
go. Hey, he's eager. But this isn't really a street race. There's no checkpoints, just the finish line. So keep to the route and get there first. Like that! We're gaining! It's hard to overstate the effect that the Beetle had when it arrived in Mexico in 1954. Before that, all we had were these huge American cars. So this new European-style car with its shape and light chassis and those adorable headlights and an engine that anyone with a tractor could fix was, well, a complete game changer. They were so exciting that they were displayed at the Ciudad Universitaria in Mexico City, and there were lines to come and see this new car. Keep it up! We'll win this! Production of the Beetle started in Mexico soon after 7 of them finished the Carrera Panamericana. Before that, people were a bit worried about reliability, you see. We Mexicans love a good-looking car, but a car that can do work is better. The Panamericana convinced us.
It's all well and good
in
winning this,
61,
but we need
Automex
to
had
get
assembled
3 stars.
250 of them.
I actually don't
In 62,
quite know
the
how
first
I'm going to
plant
do
had
that.
opened in Jalostoc, making 10 of them a day. But we love that car. So another plant opened in Puebla in 1967.
Gonna have to drive pretty much
And in
flawlessly.
71, El Bocho became the official of Mexico City, which is why you see so many of them today. It's funny. The first Bochos were imports, or CKDs. But in 1971, we were exporting them to Costa Rica, and back to West Germany, Austria, Belgium, everywhere in Europe. It was a sad day in 2003 when the last Volkswagen sedan Última Edición rolled off
that's
the
actually
production line
quite sad.
and went home to the Volkswagen Museum.
Didn't know that about Volkswagen. So that was literally the year after I was born. So that has happened in my lifetime.
Now that's more like it. Eso, Bochito, eso! So loved was the Bocho that it eventually outsold the Ford Model T to become the world's best-selling car, and was the first to reach 20 million sales. Sure, other cars have staked their claim on that title in recent years, but
Don't
none are
think
so
we're quite getting that
timeless
3
and
star somehow.
unchanged as the Bocho.
But we sure as hell are going to power for that set, for that 2 star.
That is a great car. Probably the most iconic car in all of Mexico. Ay, es increíble que un auto tan pequeño deje un vacío tan grande. Adiós, sedan. Thanks. I'll call you when I've got that next one ready.
Alright. I'll have to redo that one after the video, but for now we'll just crack on. We'll go straight into chapter 4. Oh no. When Rami says he has a brilliant idea, I'm always scared.
Brilliant idea.
Right.
What happened to the previous idea?
So, Chapter 4.
This one is better.
Through the
Meet me in
eras,
town.
following in the footsteps of the Beetle, the VW Golf also enjoyed a long and successful life in Mexico, but which generation was the best? 1 star 5,000 points, 2 star 35,000, and 3 star 50,000. So I'm assuming we're going to have to do a drift zone. Oh dear. Not a massive fan. But I'm sure we'll manage.
I have 2 cars here. A first generation Volkswagen and a 7th generation Volkswagen Golf. Made in Mexico for almost half a century. Sadly, they stopped building
Wait, they
them
stopped
in
making VW
2021.
Golfs last year?
But we can still race them. What do you say? To make it fair, I will give you a chance to make an informed choice. Let's go for a test drive. And I've got lots to tell you about Volkswagen Mexico. Volkswagen Mexico headquarters are in Puebla City. It started production in 1967 with the famous Beetle. As we call it, the Bocho. VW made multiple attempts at replacing the famous Beetle with newer models, but all of them failed way short of achieving the product until the Volkswagen Golf came into play.
Honestly, I quite like these historical ones, because I actually do learn quite a lot that I didn't know. And some of it is actually like really quite fascinating.
The first generation was released in Mexico as the Volkswagen Caribe, and had quite a few including the Golf GTI you're driving right now. VW engineers
This little
inspired
Golf
by the Beetle
GTI is
GSR,
a
designed and
nimble
prototyped the
little
Golf
car,
in
I
secret
can't lie.
as a Skunk Works project. Little did they know that the Golf GTI would become the hot hatch.
Handling these drifts really well that I'm throwing at it.
Shall we jump 40 years in the future and try the 7th generation?
So that explains why the required score was only 5,000. 500 on that first bit. Because that wasn't the bit where we've actually got to get the score.
This version is the Volkswagen Golf R. R meaning race.
So now I'm going to hope that I can get it in this car, which is much bigger and bulkier and a lot harder to drift.
This was the fastest Golf in the range, with a 0 to 60 time of 5.1 seconds.
Fingers crossed I can bank a 50,000. Shouldn't be too hard, to be honest with you. All I've got to do is get up to about 12,000 times 4. I would say 10,000 times 5, but by the time I've reached times 5 I'll have much more than that. Alright, you know what? I'll just bank that and now race to the end, I guess.
Volkswagen Mexico produced all 7 generations of the Golf, totaling more than 2 million units over 44 years. In
Really,
fact,
I'm learning
a
a
lot
lot
of Golfs
about
you find in the
Volkswagen.
US were built here.
Because genuinely, I always picture Volkswagen as this German company. Because obviously Volkswagen was formed. Now, I know this is going to sound bad, but Volkswagen links back to the Nazi Party. It genuinely links back to, effectively, like, the Hitler regime and stuff like that. That's where Volkswagen's origins are. So, I didn't know it had such a heavy root in Mexico. Didn't actually know that.
All right. Enough driving around. Let's go head to head, after you've had a chance to rest.
Right. Okay, so we have 2 more over here.
I'm a fair man. I'll let you choose. Which Golf do you want to drive for our little race?
I'll take the Golf GTI.
Right, let's head over there then. Right. Horizon Story Made in Mexico, Part 5. The Timeless Mark 1. The original Mark 1 Golf GTI is as faithful as ever and bursting with character. 1 star 3 minutes 20, 2 star 2 minutes 15, and 3 star is only a minute 45, so we're going to have to be quite quick for this one by the sounds of it.
I hope you know some shortcuts. See you at the finish line. Don't make me wait
So we're
for
going
too
to have
long.
to be quick now. Hopefully not having to slow up for any corners as well. Well, that went badly. That was a poorly handled corner. I'm gonna have to reverse. No, I can make that. Wait, oh no, there's a car there. That's gonna really throw me off. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewind further.
I see what you're doing, but you still can't
But
win.
you still can't win. Rami, you're so far behind me, I have no idea where you are, bro. I think again I might have just slipped slightly short of the 3 stars on this one, which is annoying because we drove pretty damn fast.
What a race! I am actually surprised the first generation
I only
still
got 2
holds
stars
up.
there, Rami, so
I'm sure you
it's not
didn't
that
cheat.
great, is it? It needs to be about 5 whole seconds faster.
story to tell you, my friend. About the old wolf in the swamp.
Are we going to a
Alright,
zoo?
you've skipped
That's
chapter
right.
6 first. So
I'll pick you up.
the powerful Mark 7.5. If performance is your jam, then the Mark 7.5 Golf R is the car for you. And it's again the same timings. 1 star is 3 minutes 20, 2 is 2 minutes 15, and 3 stars is 1 minute 45. We're going to try for the 3 stars. If not, I'll settle for 2. We haven't taken just a 1 star though.
I hope you know some shortcuts. See you at the finish line. Don't make me wait for too long.
So this time I have the newer car whilst Rami has the older one. And in theory that should make me faster, but I doubt it highly. It's the exact same route, just a different car. But is that going to be enough to make the 5-second difference? Probably not. So yep, literally just like last time, he's going to try and gloat that I still can't win even though I'm winning. Congratulations Rami, you played yourself. You know what? Here is where I can potentially save myself a few seconds. Whether or not it's enough of a few seconds to reach 3 stars, we will soon see, but I don't think it will quite hit it.
What a race! The difference 40 years makes!
So, we were 2 seconds faster than that, but we did take a shortcut. So, all in all, still not quite 3-star material, but I'm sure I can always go back and 3-star it in my own time. But for now, we move on to chapter 7. Oh, except for the fact that we have a wheel spin first. So we'll claim that. And then, chapter 7, which is called Living La Vida Loba. Rami has a story to tell about a wild wolf in the swamp. 1 star is 25,000, 2 stars is 85, and 3 stars is a whole 150,000. That is a ridiculous amount.
That's the old wolf.
No, that's an old truck. The wolf is waiting for us at the swamp. Haley asked us to clear some
Right.
debris, and I've got just the car. But we need to get there first.
Of course! Who do you think I
I
am?
got a little distracted
Driver who
there and
destroyed a
missed the
record-breaking
start.
amount of fences.
So I'm going to rewind, and hopefully that will rewind the time for me. So that I can take back those 6 seconds that I lost. So we've got to get there taking as little damage as possible. I'm sure I can manage that.
car's too old for this kind of driving.
In 200 yards, turn right. Turn right.
You get to explain to Haley why she's paying to repair my granddad's car.
In 200 yards, turn right. Turn right.
See? Got it here in one piece.
Rami, the car is
And
fine,
gave me a
bro.
few heart attacks. And now, let me introduce you to the Ford Lobo. This car is more your style.
Now that's a heckin' good wolf.
We call it Lobo here. Marketing in this country is outstanding. Let's get to work. See all that Russian stuff? Clear it out. What? No! It's not just an excuse to throw the Lobo around. It is just
So,
an
I need to
excuse
get
throw the Lobo around. In the
150,000
90s, Ford
points
decided that they needed
total.
to rebrand the F-150
So
for
if
the
I can get
Mexican
up to a
market.
5 times
And the
multiplier,
name
I only
Lobo
need
just has a real
30,000
ring to it.
points.
They started using the badge in 1997,
But
and the
somehow,
rest is history. The Ford Lobo
I
quickly
don't
became one of the
quite
most popular
think
vehicles in
it's
the
going to be that
country.
simple.
Lobo is still used for the modern Rangers like the one based on the F-150 Raptor you're driving. But we don't just call it Lobo. No. We call it Lobo Raptor.
So it's the same car?
Now, there are loads of differences, like a dog and a wolf. Lobo only comes in XLT and with higher trim levels. The base version is still sold in Mexico as the F-150, but the Lobo is the
Didn't really
elite
know Ford had
F-150.
much of a stake in Mexican driving. The more you know. Well, we're going to bank those points because that is now 30,000 with a times 5. So that should be 150,000. And then I will cut here to the end of this part. Right, so we're back. That's chapter 7, the timer's run out.
Job's
I
done.
like
And the scratches will
We've got
pop right out.
150,000 points.
Thanks for the
But
help.
there's no point
Now
just
I just need to
continuing.
get my abuelo's old F-100 back to
There
the garage.
genuinely was no point continuing any further, so we'll just sort of cut it there.
I've got 1,400 horses and I need you to help with them.
So, the Made in Mexico, Chapter 8, Muchos
I think I know what this
Caballos.
is.
Experience
I'll be right
the
over.
Mustang Mach-E, the horse that goes like lightning. Ah, so the Ford Mustang Mach-E, that was the one that we got at the end of the Horizon story that we did for Drift Club. Beautiful car. Absolutely beautiful car.
I
This
know
is
you've got one of these.
Really
Somehow.
gorgeous
So
drive.
you know a little bit about what you're
So
in
many
for.
people don't like it just
Let's
because
go.
it's so many people don't like
Let's
it
take this
because
down
of
to
the
the
fact
beach.
that it's an
Stick it in
electric
any
vehicle.
WD if you like. There's some nice curves up ahead.
I'm going to quickly switch it to all-wheel drive though, because I want some grip.
This is 2021's EV of the year. And it was up against things like the Taycan and the e-tron and the Recharge. It set 3 Guinness World Records, and it's inspired by the
My
beautiful
god, I didn't
original
know
Mac
all of
wood.
this. It got 3
And I'm
world
telling you all of
records.
this
I knew it was
because
the
the Mac
electric vehicle of the year. I knew about that, but
was built right here in Mexico at Cuautitlan Assembly. Whoa! What you make it go around corners like that? I'm really
I
asking.
had to rewind on that little corner though.
Calm down. I know you like
With
to
the
go
car.
fast, but I had a big breakfast. Cuautitlán Assembly has been building cars since the 60s. And more than 2.2 million cars later, we're sitting in an actual space machine made here in Mexico. Quite a journey from Cougars and Thunderbirds and F-150s to this. Hey, I have to give this back. Be careful with it. This isn't just a... prototype. Cuautitlán Assembly does a range of options for the Mach-E. A 68 kilowatt-hour standard and an 88 kilowatt-hour extended range version.
I was gonna
It
cut
will
off
give you
road,
over
but then I
300
realised
miles
there's a lot of trees there, so it's still probably better to cut around.
of range on a single charge. The Performance GT version is the really wild one. 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. This one is quite a bit faster. Honestly, when I first tried it, I had to go and sit in a quiet room for a bit. And I've flown airplanes in a storm. It's wild tech. You can switch from all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive at the touch of a button. And when you get into tuning, you can basically tweak every one of the 7 engines individually. It can make 1400 horsepower and a ton of downforce at 160 miles per hour thanks to the Aero 2.
It really
So what
is
you're
a
saying
gorgeous car.
Not bad for something that weighs more than that F-150 of yours.
Yes.
It really, really is a gorgeous
Hey,
car.
this isn't your Mach-E. Be careful with it. I have to give it back. And there we go. Sunrise over the sea. Beautiful. But we're not done. There's one more thing to look at. I'll let you know as soon as I have, found it.
You know what? I'm actually in disbelief. Didn't quite think I'd managed 3 stars on that, but I somehow clutched it by like 0.1 second. So, we'll take that with pleasure.
Okay, this one will be epic.
And now we have the final, 9th and final chapter.
I found a Porsche Carrera. You know what that means?
Racing? And what do you mean, found?
You found a Porsche Carrera
In a barn, of course. And of course it's
barn.
racing.
Okay,
Meet me
well,
at
chapter 9, the Carrera Panamericana. Rami pays tribute to the Carrera Panamericana, the most grueling classic rally of all time. I've heard about this. It really was supposedly an incredibly difficult rally race. So, for us, 1 star, 4 minutes 40, 2 star, 4 minutes, and 3 star, 3 minutes 45. So, let's get straight into it.
This beauty got her name from the Carrera Panamericana. The races don't run anymore, but who can blame us if we take it out one more time?
Right, good old-fashioned Porsche Carrera.
Let's see what this car can do.
The issue with a
There's
car
David.
like this is it's
Guess he wanted one last
slides.
race.
Let's do this!
So we have a lovely 7-mile race here today. So we're going to have to power around everything that we can. Take every shortcut we possibly can. And fingers crossed we'll get that 3 stars.
The original Panamericana ran from 1950 to 1954, originally celebrating the opening of the Mexican section of the longest road in the world, the Panamericana Highway. The first race had 132 competitors, and everyone turned up. Amateurs to F1 drivers, men, women, professionals, anyone who had a car.
Do you know anyone who participated?
Aleja thinks Papa Fernando did, but she thinks Papa Fernando did everything. I know we used to go to the races with my grandfather. Ah, qué buenos recuerdos. There was no speed limit
before 2012.
Cars doing 180 miles per hour. Not that I'd know anything about that. 2,178 miles of the Pan American Highway run through Mexico. The race itself had 9 stages and lasted 5 days. But the sheer distance wasn't the only challenge. Constant changes in the elevation from sea level to 3 kilometers up. The most challenging road race in the world. The winner of the very first Carrera Panamericana was Herschel McGriff, who drove an Oldsmobile 88 at an average speed of 88 miles
an hour average.
The Porsche Carrera got its name thanks to Hans Hermann, who won the small sports cars category in 1954. He drove the Porsche 550 Spider and came 3rd overall. He was sick before the race, and his tires came off at the start. He really pulled through against the odds. Porsche had 6 cars competing in 1954, and all of them made it through the end. A lot of others didn't, let me tell you.
Enjoying yourself, are you? Yeah, I kinda had a feeling you were.
1954 was the last Panamericana took place, but it gave us the most famous Porsche model, the Carrera you're driving right now. The Carrera RS 2.7 was the first production street racing 911. It was built on the 911S 2.4, the fastest Porsche
you know what?
by at the time.
This shortcut
and the popular choice in the
just
later
guarantees a 3-star, doesn't it? So might as well do
The
it.
race was revived in 1988 to 2016, staying true to... This is Jamin's exit. It's been fun, my friend. Take care.
Looking forward to seeing what you can do out there. Have fun now, yeah?
Great race. Almost like we did a little Panamericana with a friend. Anyways, hope you had fun with this little stroll through cars hechos in Mexico.
It was great.
That was quite a cute Horizon story, and I know I wasn't going to do it all in one video, but I thought a feature-length video would be better than breaking this down into 2. So I wouldn't know really where to split it. So with that in mind, guys, that was Ramis Racing History, the Horizon story of Made in Mexico. So with that in mind, guys, I hope you found the video informative, enjoyable, and fun to watch. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.